In the episode Cargo of Doom in the Clone Wars, I noticed one scene where Anakin seemed to have used the Force speed boost we saw for the first time in The Phantom Menace. But was he just moving at peak human speed, or was he actually using the Force? It looks like he's using the Force, but just exactly how fast was he going? The fastest speed ever recorded by a human is Usain Bolt's 27.78 miles per hour. But in this video, we're going to try to find out how fast Anakin was moving and just how much the Force enhances your speed. To do this, we can use the formula velocity equals distance over time. To calculate distance, we can break up the screen into two different axes. X is the direction going along the camera, and Y as the direction going outward from the camera. The X direction is relatively simple. All we need to do is look at the starting point and the ending point and see what the distance is. And the best measure for distance here is Anakin himself. We know Anakin's height, and if we want to create a straight line that is an equal distance from the camera, that height can be used as a length. And we see here that 3.05 Anakins fit on the line here, and Anakin is 1.905 meters, which gives us the distance traveled in the X direction as 5.81 meters. The Y direction is much more tricky, but what we can do is compare the height of Anakin in the first picture at the starting point and the height of Anakin in the second picture, because that will tell us if he's gotten closer to the camera or not. A simplified way of thinking about this is an object that's twice as far is half the size to our eyes. So after some measurements, I found that the height of Anakin at the end point was 1.14 times larger than the height of Anakin at the start point. And then I used the length of this clone trooper, who seems to be about a meter away from the camera, to calculate that the start point for Anakin was about 2.5 meters away from the camera. And at the end point, he's 2.05 meters away, which means he traveled a distance of about 0.45 meters. So we have 0.45 in the Y direction and 5.81 in the X direction. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find out that he traveled a total distance of 5.83 meters. Calculating the time is much easier. We just see the exact frame where Anakin starts moving and the exact frame where he passes that clone trooper we were using as reference. So that comes out to 9 frames at 30 frames per second, or 0.3 seconds. Now all we have to do is divide the distance by time and then convert to miles per hour. And that tells us that in this scene, Anakin's speed was approximately 43.46 miles per hour, which is significantly faster than Usain Bolt. And after that scene, Anakin is not even out of breath. He's still yelling for Ahsoka to wait for him. That leads me to believe that Jedi could actually run at faster speeds, which is insane to think about. In The Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are literal blurs, while Anakin is just moving really fast. At the end of the day, it was really interesting to see a Force ability that we only saw once in The Phantom Menace actually in use during the Clone Wars. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments. How fast could a Jedi run if they were sprinting? And if you liked this video, make sure you check out the one on the screen now.